shot, and no longer at the county detention center he slipped out of, now being held at an Alabama state prison. 911. This morning, we're hearing more from that dramatic 911 call placed by his accomplice, former corrections officer Vicky White, during that intense police.
I guess the answer is that I would reverse the perma ban. Obviously, I don't own Twitter yet, so this is not like a thing that will definitely happen because I don't own Twitter. But my opinion, and Jack Dorsey, I want to be clear.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you're here on our season finale of The Take. Season 5 of The Take here on this special edition Friday, May 13th, 2022. Thank you all for watching. And what are the stories we have for you coming up? But first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag The Take here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on The Take as we get to the big story. The big story this week is, yes, if you've been following the news as of late, this big manhunt just started. We was going to get on the prefaces of it, but it just ended. So now we can finally talk about it. Okay, imagine you are an Alabama prison guard or officer and you fall in love with a inmate, and now you and the inmate go on the run while police follow and chase you. And at the end, it leads to some crazy consequences. Well, that goes for the show for Vicky White and Caseywhite. Well, we know that Caseywhite has been captured and returned to the Alabama prisons, as well as his lover, Caseywhite, who many people believe was the mastermind. Her faith didn't turn so well for her after she had surrendered. Well, she was about to surrender and she just inadvertently committed suicide. Let's get to the latest on the love story between Casey and Vicky White.
No longer at the county detention center he slipped out of, now being held at an Alabama state prison. 911. This morning, we're hearing more from that dramatic 911 call placed by his accomplice, former corrections officer Vicky White, during that intense police chase. Hello? Authorities believe the call may have been inadvertently placed. Vicky, who police say had a romantic relationship with Casey, never responds to the operator. She's heard suggesting they ditch the car. Police body cam video moments later showing the mangled, overturned vehicle.
We could hear her on the line say she had her finger on the trigger.
Authorities say that as they closed in, the 17-year law enforcement veteran shot herself. That 911 recording stretches on for more than 7 minutes. You can hear officers trying to determine if she survived.
Still breathing.
Vicky later died at a hospital. Casey White extradited to Alabama, appearing before a judge, formally charged with escape in the first degree. At that court hearing, the family of Connie Ridgway, Casey, accused of her 2015 murder, was awaiting trial on the case when he escaped. Overnight, her son Austin speaking to ABC News.
It felt kind of surreal in the same room. It's a much better feeling than when he was out there, knowing that we were probably not going to have a shot at justice.
White, like a storyteller, like Bonnie and Clyde. Vicky White was on the verge of getting an award for her service, but she chose to do a life of dangerous path and end up costing her her life, costing her everything. And now, what does she has something to show for it? It just lets you know and tells you sometimes you have to be a little bit, not be too naive, being in love, and then you think your somewhat partner has your back, but really they in it for just themselves. And she really didn't see herself that way. She was on the run, and look at what it cost her. Everything. So, sad story. Hopefully we'll get to a little bit more on Viral this week. So tune in to Viral this weekend for Bonnie and Clyde, Alabama's version of Bonnie and Clyde, Casey and Vickywhite's story. All right, we move on to celebrity news. On celebrity news this week, Kim Kardashian reveals that Kanye West said that she looked like Marge Simpson, and it kind of took a ripple effect on her. So I guess Kim thinking and believing that she's Marge Simpson because of that. She said she had started having panic attacks. Well, Kim, look at it like this. You're not with Kanye West no more. You and him are done. You moved on. So move on with. I get you still got a little love for Kanye, but the love will continue on to rapid desire. You know how they go. All right. On talk shows this week. On the Ellen show. So Ellen's on her last, season, couple of shows left. Ellen wanted to bring out who she put on the map, Sophia and Rosie. Remember the little girls that sung Nicki Minaj Super Bass way back in the day? Well, they're grown up now, and they return to Ellen to return the favor and perform that same song they did that made them famous on her show with this.
Oh, it's all right. Right. Okay, let's start over. I said, excuse me, every time I got something on my mind, I heard the sweet she's so shy and let me tell you, yes, indeed, so many things tell you as I is, I can't see how to write and do so, back to so, you
Ellen getting a bittersweet ending with Sophia and Race. Now they was like little adorable girls. Now they're kind of growing up and becoming young women. Ellen, with that, the season is coming to an end, and man, Ellen was. I remember she started when I first got in high school. Man, so long ago. When was she gonna do all them shows that she did? She might just give us. You never know. NBC might do something with it. Who knows? Probably put on Peacock. All right. Speaking of that, on the women of The View talked about abortions. All right. Men about the controversial with Roe versus Wade with the Supreme Court document being leaked. Their opinion came up and it was voted on today that they will overturn Roe versus Wade, but a lot of people are going berserk and bananas. Well, The View had a source of celebrities and politicians to talk about Roe versus Wade. We talked to Busy Phillips about her thoughts on it, and then Beto O'Rourke, who running for Texas governor, gave his thoughts, and then Sunny Hostin with her own thoughts on this historic landmark that could overturn everything. What's that?
In 2019 about the abortion that I had in Arizona, my home state, when I was 15 years old. Arizona is one of the states that possibly could completely overturn Roe and make abortion impossible to get for women in that state. I think it's unconscionable. I know that's a word that people have been throwing around, but just to give some context for the people that watch your show, 1 in 4 women will have an abortion before they exit their childbearing years. I'm one of those people. You know someone and you love someone who has had an abortion. There's no good reason or bad reason for having an abortion. There's only the abortion care that you need. That's Liz Winstead, who's an incredible activist, says that repeatedly, and it's true. We need to stop qualifying experiences of women and understand that what happens in our bodies is up to us and our doctors and our God, not yours.
Overturned? It is, and Justice Alito in that draft decision has made it very clear that it's coming back to the states. And there's no state more important than the state of Texas. One, because you have more women who will be denied that right to an abortion. But as you pointed out, Sonny, it is not just about access to an abortion, because over the last 7 years under Greg Abbott, almost all of our reproductive health care clinics have been closed down. So not only is it harder to get an abortion, but try getting a cervical cancer screening or family planning help or seeing a doctor at all in some of these more rural and remote communities. We lead most of the developed world right now in the rate of maternal mortality in the state of Texas, 3 times as bad for Black women.
Yeah.
You mentioned that rally in Houston, though, and it reminds us that we also have the answer to this challenge in the state of Texas. 5,000 people came out on 3 days' notice to stand up for every woman's right to make her own decisions about her own body, her own future, and her own health care. And it's also a reminder that Texas women have always been there. Roe versus Wade, Jane Roe was a Texan, and the 2 women who successfully pled her case, Sarah Weddington and Linda Coffey, also from the state of Texas. So it wasn't women in Texas waiting for someone to come from outside to save them. It was women of Texas standing up, fighting for their rights and winning them. We're going to do that again.
And the incivility that we have in this country, and allowed the racists, allowed the white supremacists, allowed those people and gave them permission to be rude and nasty on social media and really in this country. I don't want to see him back on Twitter. And people talking about free speech, you're right, Julie, free speech is... So everyone is saying, well, this is the public square, this is the public square. Remember that the public square was regulated by the state. Twitter now will be owned by a billionaire who is the richest person in the world. Why should he be responsible and in charge of free speech, of the public square? I am tired of these billionaires owning space, owning newspapers, I think that Donald Trump,
they would like to overturn voting rights. They would like to overturn gay rights. They would say, in the process of overturning women's rights. I think that the Democrats, in a way, and I include myself as a Democrat, somebody who has been asleep at the switch in a certain way. Like when Obama had a majority, they should have done more on codifying. I don't know the law, but maybe that's codifying, bro. Yeah. And codifying, and voting. And they didn't. And they've been using abortion as a wedge issue, both sides probably. And it's pathetic. But I really think that Americans are not aware because they're worried about gas prices, understandably. They're worried about inflation, understandably. But the larger issue is that we are losing our rights on a regular basis. And I don't think that Americans get it. I really don't. I think Americans are in denial. Exactly.
Like I said, Roe versus Wade, the 1973 landmark case that gave a woman a right to get an abortion as she chooses. I guess they trying to keep that in mind. A lot of people are still on the back of their head saying this could be over-attempt. So you know how that be going on forward with that. All right, we'll be back with more Take. Don't go anywhere. This is the Take here on Connect TV on YouTube. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Take, our season finale here on the Take. Faster, stronger. Yeah, faster and stronger. We got to Take. Got some more news to break that we'll be back in season 6, but we'll be back in September. So look out for us during Labor Day for the Take coming your way. soon for season 6. And we're glad you watched the Hub of Pop Culture, and we're glad you watched throughout the season 5 year. So go back, go season 1 through 5, or whatever your favorite season. Go back and watch the tape. So we thank you for watching. Like I said, thank you once again. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag TakeYourConnectTV, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, Miss Karen. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Take. All right, let's get to the political rundown. All right, now we talked about a couple weeks ago, former President Trump may get back on Twitter. Well, we know that Elon Musk, when we talked about that, have brought Twitter and saying that he wants to advocate for free speech and everything else. First Amendment, which is your right. You know, you got free speech. You can say whatever you want to say. Do what you want to do. Well, a lot of people are worried that Elon Musk might reverse the ban to bring Trump back to Twitter. And let's get some highlights with this.
I guess the answer is that I would reverse the perma ban. Obviously, I don't own Twitter yet, so this is not like a thing that will definitely happen, because what if I don't own Twitter? But my opinion, and Jack Dorsey, I want to be clear, shares this opinion, is that we should not have perma bans.
Musk said permanent bans of Twitter accounts should be rare and reserved for accounts that are scams or automated bots. Musk earlier gave his support to a new European Union law aimed at protecting social media users from harm.
Could you imagine the possibility of Elon Musk bringing Donald Trump back to Twitter? I know it'd be like, what is Elon Musk thinking? But hey, when you got $1 billion, you can do what the hell you want to do. Elon Musk could do that sooner than later. Well, Sonny Hostin of The View made a comment that Elon Musk is making the wrong decision. Take a look.
Mandate off of the civility that we have in this country, and allowed the racists, allowed the white supremacists, allowed those people, and gave them permission to be rude and nasty on social media and really in this country. I don't want to see him back on Twitter. And people talking about free speech, you're right, Joy. Free speech is regulated by the government. Right. And so everyone is saying, well, this is the public square, this is the public square. Remember that the public square was regulated by the
Elon Musk is coming now. He run Twitter. Now, like I said, say what you want, do what you want to do. However, so, Elon Musk brought Twitter, so it's his game, it's his play yard, and we all just in it. All right, in the reality show clip down this week, could this be a possibility that Nene Leakes and Tamar Braxton, two of reality show's favorite, one from Housewives of Atlanta, used to be Housewives, and the other one is from the Braxton Family Value. What's going on with them not being friends no more? Let's take a look at the latest. Yeah, that's the latest. Nene and Tamar, I already knew they was frenemies. I just knew they were frenemies from the start. So I don't know why they were trying to fake to make it, but you never know with them two. All right, and finally, the viral video of the week. All right, me and you, no strangers, come out all around the world. Well, these strangers came together to stop a car from preventing a medical emergency. Well, the person in the car had a medical emergency, and they stopped the car in due time with this. Strangers doing the right thing, and right thing for strangers to do. Honorable, commendable thing for them to do. at this moment. We glad that strangers are out there helping at any time need and call. So we thank them for their service of thinking on their feet. You know, people, you never know what someone might be going through or something is. If something's wrong, speak on it, react to it. So they did, and thank God for that. All right, y'all. Thank you all for watching this edition of Take. We'll be back. We'll be back in September. Promise you, season 6. We're going to get more wilder, more crazier. We'll have probably more skits, hopefully. But thank you all, and more pop culture. You know, we'll have pop culture moment. So thank you all for watching this edition of Take on our season 5 finale. We hope to see you at season 6. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long, and see you in season 6 of the Take.